July 31st, 2022, Nashville, Tennessee. Ric Flair, age 73 and wrestling royalty, steps through the curtain for his heavily promoted final match. By the end, officials and his own partner are visibly supporting him. Flair would later claim he passed out 3 times mid-bout, and he now believes he suffered a heart attack that night. But what really unfolded in that ring, and how close did it come to disaster? The event billed as Ric Flair's last match took place on July 31st, 2022, inside the Nashville Municipal Auditorium. Promoted under the revived Jim Crockett Promotions banner by Conrad Thompson and David Crockett, the show anchored the StarCast 5 weekend and streamed live to thousands more through Fight and In Demand. Attendance reached a reported 6,800, filling the arena with fans drawn by the promise of witnessing a historic farewell. At age 73, Flair was not just a participant, he was the entire spectacle. The main event paired him with Andrade El Idolo against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, 2 men with deep ties to wrestling's past and present. The scale of the production reflected both nostalgia and ambition. Promotional materials leaned heavily on Flair's legacy, with the city of Nashville officially declaring July 31st Ric Flair Day. Demand for tickets forced a move from the original Nashville Fairgrounds to the larger municipal auditorium, echoing the kind of main event draws Flair headlined decades earlier. Conrad Thompson, who is also Flair's son-in-law, and David Crockett, whose family name built Southern wrestling, handled the logistics and storytelling. The broadcast was designed as a pay-per-view spectacle with a card stacked to support the weight of a final chapter. Every detail, from the venue to the streaming platforms, signaled that this was not just another nostalgia act. It was meant to stand as the definitive send-off for a career that spanned half a century. The numbers, the names, and the scale all set the stage for a night that carried more than just entertainment. It carried the weight of legacy and the pressure of finality. Ric Flair's entrance on July 31st, 2022, unfolded at a deliberate pace. As the arena lights hit, he took careful, measured steps down the ramp, gripping the guardrail for balance. The walk, usually a showcase of bravado, stretched longer than expected. Fans cheered, but a hush settled as Flair reached the ring steps, pausing to steady himself before climbing inside. Even the iconic strut looked tentative, a far cry from his prime. Within minutes, the match revealed further signs of trouble. On the ring apron, Flair clutched the top rope, appearing disoriented. His knees buckled, and for a moment he seemed unable to stand upright. Andrade El Idolo, his tag partner and son-in-law, kept close watch, often reaching out to support Flair between exchanges. At one point, Flair slumped against the ropes, drawing Andrade's attention and a quick word from the referee. The action in the ring slowed as Andrade and Jay Lethal worked extended sequences, buying Flair time to recover. Officials hovered near the ring, eyes fixed on Flair. Referee Mike Chioda lingered closer than usual, checking for a response after each spot. When Flair attempted his signature chop, his hand barely connected, and Andrade discreetly guided him back to the corner. The crowd's excitement gave way to anxious glances, sensing the strain. Each minute brought new visible effort, Flair leaning into Andrade, pausing in the corner, and relying on his partner's steadying hand. The spectacle of a farewell began to blur with concern as attention shifted from celebration to the question of whether Flair could finish what he started. Late in the match, the tension in the Nashville Municipal Auditorium reached its peak. Referee Mike Chioda took a bump and rolled to the floor, leaving the ring without an official. As the crowd buzzed, Dave Miller rushed in to take over. Flair, visibly spent, struggled to his feet while Jeff Jarrett circled, sensing opportunity. Andrade El Idolo stepped in to steady Flair, guiding him through the final moments. Jarrett charged, but Flair caught him low with a punch, drawing a mix of gasps and laughter from the stands. With help from Andrade, Flair dropped Jarrett and almost by instinct, locked in the figure 4 leg lock, his signature move for decades. Miller counted the pin as Jarrett's shoulders hit the mat. The bell rang and the arena erupted in a wave of relief and applause. Legends at ringside, including Bret Hart and The Undertaker, rose to salute Flair's victory. The win belonged to him, but the crowd's cheers carried an undercurrent of concern, echoing the struggle that had just played out inside the ropes. Ric Flair's own account of that night would cast a shadow over the spectacle. Months after the match, he described undergoing hours of cardiac testing, a coronary calcium scan, and a nuclear stress test. The cardiologist pointed to a segment of Flair's heart that no longer functioned, evidence of a heart attack within the previous 2 years. Flair recalled that during his last match, he passed out 3 times, and he thought it was because he was dehydrated. He said he felt no pain, only the need to drink Gatorade and return to the celebration. Medical experts note that these tests can reveal damage, but they cannot pinpoint the exact day of an event. Silent heart attacks often go unnoticed, especially in older athletes. Outside the ring, Nashville had declared July 31st Ric Flair Day, while the event's move to a larger venue signaled civic pride. Yet critical voices questioned the wisdom of promoting a 73-year-old with a history of heart problems. No public record confirms what oversight or medical clearance was required. Reviews described the match as uncomfortable, raising ethical questions about risk and responsibility, issues that lingered long after the applause faded. Today, spectacle still tempts legends back into the ring, no matter the risk. The cost to bodies and legacies grows clearer with every comeback. Sometimes, the final bell should mean just that.